Hi there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody had a good weekend. You can let me know in the comments below. I want to hear about it, good or bad. Yes, City Skylines. I'm gonna keep trying this until I get it right, and that may be never. Who knows? I'm reluctant to say I'm obsessed at the moment with this game, but I don't want to call it obsessed. I want to call it determination to get it right. When I can't figure something out that is so simple, it nags at me and I can't let it go. And that's probably horrible. I do hope you don't mind though. I know my Stardew Valley videos are very popular, and I know it has nothing to do with me. It probably has everything to do with the game. It's just everybody wants to see Stardew Valley videos right now, and I think that's great. The problem I have with Stardew Valley is that unlike Animal Crossing, where it's a repetitious game, which Stardew Valley is, there are options with Stardew Valley. And I'm taking those options in the form of mods. And I want to try them out and see how they work. The trouble is, they don't work instantaneously. So you have to continue the grind, waiting for things to happen. I don't have a problem with it. It just doesn't make for good video, is in my opinion. Just watching me day after day after day do the same thing over and over again, I just don't consider that. For me, at least, it would hardly be entertaining to anybody. I've had this channel probably coming up on 4 years now. And I've always done games that I have and games that I want to play. And it's usually in the moment, what I'm feeling, what I feel like playing, what I don't feel like playing, reasons why. Those have been my videos. That's my style. So I don't just concentrate on one game in particular. I play a variety of games. And I hope that's okay with everybody. You don't have to watch the video if you're not interested, obviously. That goes without saying. I'm just letting everybody know that I can't do Stardew Valley every day. Although according to YouTube, that's probably what I should be doing, and I'm shooting myself in the foot. I understand that. I absolutely understand that. I'm toying around with a Patreon because I don't think I'm ever going to be able to play by YouTube's rules. Because 4 years is a long time to try and make an income, right? And they want you to have 1,000 views on one video, or is it 4,000 views on one video and 1,000 subscribers? One way or the other. It's taken me this long, and I'm coming up on 100 subscribers, so I don't care about YouTube's rules at this point. I am overjoyed. I'm over the moon that I have that many subscribers. And I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I think at last count it was 85. And I am ecstatic. Thank you. Thank you very much for wanting to support me and actually liking what I'm doing. I appreciate that. So I'm toying around with Patreon as a way of making a bit of income from what I'm doing here. I'm just worried that because my uploads aren't all of the same thing, that might not be a good idea. I don't know. So I'm worried about it. How do I say this? It makes me feel like a money grubber, but at the same time, I have to tell myself that's not true. You're working to earn a living. You're trying your best with what you have, and this is all I have at the moment. I don't even have a car to get to work, so maybe it's not asking too much. I don't know. I just have a hard time. That's a pride issue, and that's my problem. I know. But I just feel so cringy, uncomfortable asking people for money. I had nightmares for a while. Well, just weird dreams of me being one of those people who stand on a street corner. And I have to tell you about this, with a sign saying, "Feed me," or something. I don't know how much Google is plugged into people, but no lie, 2 days after I was started having those dreams, a video popped up on my recommended side, the right side there. If that's recommended, I don't know. About a woman on the East Coast of the United States who was caught red-handed panhandling on a thoroughfare. And then when she was finished, she'd go to a McDonald's parking lot and get into this fancy SUV. She was lying to people for money, and oh my goodness, I thought that was horrible. But the fact that I was having dreams about me being one of those people standing on a corner with a sign going, "Please feed me," and then having YouTube recommend a video like that? Conspiracy theory, I know. Making a mountain out of a molehill. It freaked me out. That's all I can tell you. It's weird. As far as this silly game goes, I am sorry if you don't like it. I really apologize for that. You probably especially do not like the way I play this because, again, I have no idea what I'm doing. I keep trying and trying and trying, and I think I'm making progress. I really do, and it's giving me confidence to move forward, which is why I want to keep trying to play this game. But then I run into a brick wall again, and this time it was the terrain tool. I just don't get it. But I'll tell you, I can't even do the terrain tool in The Sims 4. I never understood that. It really, I am so envious of people. I watch them in their videos, and whether the circle is massive or small, they are perfection. When they use those up-down tool, a smoothing tool, just adding little bits of dirt around things. And I can't get it. So again, that's one of those things. It's a me issue. And until I can figure it out, I really don't want to stop. And that's bad, I know. It's probably really bad. But I don't want you guys to think that I'm selfish and I only care about myself. That's not the case. I figure it's a game video, and I know there are a lot of Cities Skylines videos out there. But again, these guys are pros, and that's fun to watch. By no means do I think that I would make a fun video to watch. I just hope you'll allow me to keep trying. Digging deeper holes. Trying to figure this game out. I am in vanilla mode. Oh, and I don't think I have ever once mentioned this in all of my silly City Skylines videos. There aren't too many. This is completely vanilla. I have 0 DLC, and I think I've mentioned once that I understand mods in other games. I don't quite understand it with this one, just like every aspect of this game I don't understand. So I have nothing. This is as vanilla pure as it gets. But I don't have a problem looking into the mods for this game. Some of them intrigue me. And I think it's as simple as staying on the Steam account that you have. And I believe it's called mods. There's a tab. I don't remember now. A majority of the mods are specifically for DLC, but The Sims 4 is the same way. If you don't have a certain pack, you're not going to be able to wear this item or use this chair or whatever unless you have that pack because they're reworks. And that might be the case for me, but I have 0 DLC. This is just the game itself. The one that came out in 2015. That's all I have. With all of the updates, of course. Steam does that for you automatically. But no DLC. So I think, all right, if I say this, I'm going to sound mean, and I don't mean it to sound that way, but I think the game is ugly. And what I mean by that is the green is too green. It's just an ugly green. I do not like the yellow sand on beachy areas. I think that it's an eyesore. And I don't mind the color purple, and it's actually more of a lilac. It's a very pretty purple, but it is so stark around your industry area. Not even SimCity 5 does that bad. And I don't care for that. And then the pollution in the water. You're limited with what you can have when you start out. So this is my third upgrade here. We're at Tiny Town, so I'm doing pretty good. This isn't unlimited mode or anything, although I do have the option to choose unlimited money. And I thought that when you reached, Megalopolis, 75,000 citizens, that all of the squares unlocked. And yet, I see certain videos where that's not the case, so I'm lost. I have no idea. But I don't have any of that turned on. The only thing that I was able to select when you go into that, there's an options button at the start of the game. I have the option for old British builds. I'm not quite sure what the wording is, Old English or something. And I believe that's just something the game gave you somewhere along the line. That's all I have. So I have that checked off. But yeah, trying to figure out the terrain. I mean, I think there's 4 or 5 options working with the terrain, and you read them. And I'm not quite understanding what they're saying, because they're not saying left click, right click. I think they're saying, I don't remember. I just don't remember what the wording is, but it makes no sense to me at all. I'm assuming this is a foreign game. I don't know where Colossal is from or any of that, but it just seems it's not as American English as I would like it to be. Okay, that sounds horrible too, and I don't mean it to. I'm just always struggling with words, as usual. How do I make this sound halfway decent? I don't know. I just don't know how to do it. Yeah, this purplish stuff, I don't mind the color itself. I just mind that it's there. I don't know that it should be that stark and that obvious. I mean, yeah, industry. It looks dirty on the outside, but I don't know that I think it's overkill. A lot of this is overkill, and that is annoying. The pollution in the water, I don't know who does this in this day and age. Who sets up a sewer pipe going straight into a major water source? It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm pretty sure even in the remotest of places they have, what are they called? Water treatment plants. Yeah? But I guess that doesn't come until I'm much later up in the game, and by then the entire water source is completely polluted. So that's annoying. Yeah, I was trying. I thought I was picking the right thing, and I dug this hole. This is what happens to me when I'm playing The Sims 4. I just want to make a little pond, and it goes all the way down to hell. It's like, no, just... And I'm not being forceful with the button presses. I'm tip-tapping. But it was telling me to do something, and it just took a heck of a long time for it to come back up. And then I'm like, that looks like it's going down. Is it going down or is it going up? I can't tell. Is it coming up? I think it's coming up. It's just taking forever because, again, all I did was one tap on my mouse, and the whole thing went all the way down. And now I can't get it to straighten out, and so that's one thing I'm just, despite the amount of practice I do with it, I'm not getting it. It's just not working for me. Now the other thing too is I'm not happy with this setup. I noticed a lot of other people who play this game, they love the grid system, and I don't care for grids. I'm not a fan of grids. I grew up in a neighborhood that is not a grid, and I didn't find out until I started going to school that the other kids called it the horseshoe neighborhood. Because the street is shaped in a U. I'm a fan of fan palms. I think streets that gently slope and gently curve off of one main strip, I think those are the coolest and they look the best. Now, it might not be the best way to build up your numbers in this type of a game, so doing the grid might be best for that. But at this point, even this early in the game, I'm actually making money. I'm not losing money. The city seems to be okay. They're not really complaining. But I just don't like the way it's set up. And then the more I looked at it, I'm like, well, maybe I can keep the industry where it is, because eventually I'm going to move the whole thing. I guess I'll put offices there to get rid of that ugly brown. And then I can move my industry way off into the country or something. I don't know. And then I'm super anxious to find out where my industries are. Now, I don't have any DLC, as I mentioned, but you're still able to mine ore and oil and farm. But I finally figured out, after all this time, that all you have to do is plunk down an industry, a yellow block. And if you have it set as farming, it will come up as farming. And if you have it set up as ore, it will come up as that was what was throwing me. I set up the area for the specific thing, but I was looking for specific ore buildings and specific farming, and apparently I don't have that. So you just use the yellow industry box to get those types of things. I didn't know that. And where does it say that on here to do that? Who knows? There's no, written manual. I need a written manual for this, like a book that I can just sit and read over and over and over again until I figure it out. And they don't have that for these games, so the pressure's always on when I'm playing this. I'm not unhappy with what I have. I just never like the way it looks. I think it is so ugly. I economized by using those dirt roads, and then I'm thinking, well, gosh, as good as I'm doing, maybe I could start upgrading. But again, the obvious frustrations are always there. The energy is just, again, very unrealistic. There's no way one city needs 5 power plants or 10 windmills or 80 of those water things. It's just ridiculous. One is enough, but not in this game. So I don't care for that. And I hate the fact that water is so polluted. It's making me so angry. So I'm trying to move things around and get it away from there as much as I can. I'm worried. I don't know. But I am enjoying this, and I hope that you guys are too. I know I suck at this game. I know I do. It's horrible. But I'm trying. I'm determined to figure out how to play this game. I will try to get more of my Stardew in. I actually have another mod for Stardew that I'd like to try out. But right now I'm curious to see how far I can get in this game. So I'm just waiting to move up one more level. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think this whole city here should be moved over to the other side. There we go, Boomtown. Thank you so much for sticking with me to the end. I really appreciate that. I hope you enjoyed this. Like the video if you did, and subscribe if you're interested. That would help me out a lot. But I really appreciate your support. Take very good care of yourselves and have an absolutely fabulous day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Boomtown.